Tonight on CBS 19 News, another deadly shooting, this time at a Florida mall. What investigators think prompted the attack. Plus, after horror stories of abuse at one East Texas animal shelter came to light, people all over now asking what they can do to help. Tonight, how one rescue shelter is stepping up. And dozens of people calling on Bill Cosby to cancel his comedy tour amid sexual assault allegations. How he's responding.
This is KYTX CBS 19 News at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight for CBS 19 News. I'm Nina Harrelson. Topping our news tonight, we told you last night about a disturbing case of alleged animal abuse at a Jacksonville shelter after Klein Animal Shelter's executive director was arrested on animal cruelty charges. Well, many of you asked what's going to happen to all of those animals still living there. CBS 19's Destiny McKeever spoke with a local pet rescue today who says they're hoping to take in some of those animals from the shelter until they can get adopted. Destiny.
Nina, Nicholas Pet Haven temporarily cares for animals with nowhere to go, and right now the organization is taking care of Henry, one of the dogs allegedly abused at the Klein shelter. But the good news is people from all over East Texas are already hoping to give Henry a new home.
I think we all have to step up and do something.
Debbie Kowalik is calling on the community to speak up for the voiceless.
You find somebody like that who is perpetuating abuse, who is not taking care of animals, who's leaving them in their own feces, putting them in kennels that are overcrowded.
Klein Animal Shelter Executive Director Angela Wallace is just one of several people accused of abusing animals for more than 2 years.
I hate to judge anybody, but I think she doesn't need that job. She needs a different job.
Before the arrest, the shelter contracted with the cities of Jacksonville and Tyler to accept their strays. But now Nicholas Pet Haven is picking up the slack.
We're grateful to step up and help any of the animals that are in need from Klein. I mean, we all, everyone at Nicholas Pet Haven is incredibly passionate and loving towards animals.
One of Nicholas's newest patients is Henry, who police say was kept in a small cage at the Klein shelter with a broken back and no pain meds.
He was taken to A&M and had some treatments there, and now the specialist is estimating that his medical costs are going to be anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000. So we're looking for, any help we can get with that.
People like Debbie saw Henry's story on Facebook and say they're willing to step up and help.
I'm really excited about adopting Henry. But if I don't get him, Henry will go to a good home, because I have faith in Nicholas Pet Haven and in Cindy in making sure that they pick the right person for him.
Now, Nicholas Pet Haven tells me that there was a notice sent out to all animal rescues in that area stating that they could pick up animals from Klein.
All right, Destiny, thanks so much. So good that so many people are stepping forward already. And if you're interested in adopting Henry or any of the other animals rescued from the Klein shelter, check out Nicholas Pet Haven on Facebook. We'll have a link to it on our website, cbs19.tv. Well, after days of dreary, cold weather, the sun finally made an appearance today. Let's check in with meteorologist Albert Bruhn. Now, Albert, I don't know about you, but it was starting to get a little bit depressing for me personally.
I know what you mean. It's time for the sunshine. We've got beautiful sunshine expected tomorrow as well, so you're going to be having a nice weekend, especially for this extended weekend. And we're looking at a northwest flow aloft, and that's keeping things dry across our area. Let's take a look at your Weather Authority live cam coming out of Longview this evening. Temperatures for this time of the evening and this time of the year, not bad. Fairly mild out there, 53 degrees, and we have mostly clear skies across the northern part of northeast and east Texas, but we do have some high clouds around the Nacogdoches and Lufkin areas and maybe around Palestine. But again, all in all, we're going to see mostly clear skies. And let's take a look at that morning planner for your Sunday. We're looking at 38 degrees in the morning under mostly clear skies. For most of us, we'll see 47 by 10 a.m., 57 by noon, and it gets even better as we go into the afternoon. I'll have the details on all of your weather coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Albert. Developing tonight, 2 people are dead and a third hospitalized after a gunman opened fire at the food court of a Florida mall. It happened around 9:30 this morning at the Melbourne Square Mall. Police say 57-year-old Jose Garcia Rodriguez shot and wounded his wife. 33-year-old Ida Garcia shot and killed another man and then killed himself.
And it was just pow, 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 pow. And I'm just like, oh my God. I know, and to know that it hit someone, that's what makes it harder for me to understand.
Police say 3 guns were recovered, and Garcia also had several pockets full of ammunition. Investigators believe the shooting stemmed from some sort of domestic disturbance. Ida Garcia is said to be in good condition tonight. New information tonight. We now know the name of the man shot and killed inside a Longview home yesterday. Police say the body of 22-year-old Omar Hernandez was discovered at a home on Jones Street after officers responded to reports of a shooting there. And tonight, investigators still don't have a suspect. If you know anything, call Longview Police or Crime Stoppers. Security remains tight across Western Europe following last week's attack in Paris and raids conducted this week in Belgium. Heavily armed soldiers stood guard in several cities in Belgium today, protecting potential terroristic targets. It's the first time in 30 years that troops have been called up to reinforce police. The extra precautions come 2 days after police carried out raids against a suspected Islamist terror cell that was planning an attack on police in Belgium.
They don't feel to be a part of the society as everybody else, and they try to take a revenge.
It's also a tense time in Paris, where 17 people were killed in terrorist attacks last week. Police there canceling a protest against radical Islamists planned for tomorrow. 4 arrests that were made in Greece today were at first thought to be connected to the Belgium terror plot, but turned out to be unrelated. Well, still ahead tonight, things just keep getting worse for Bill Cosby. We'll tell you what probably put a bit of a damper on a couple of the legendary comedian's performances tonight when we come back.
And I'll tell you, cool temperatures tonight, but we will see another nice day tomorrow. What are those details? Well, I will have all of those and all of your weather for the upcoming week when we come back.
From your local news leader, here's your CBS 19 Weather Authority forecast with meteorologist Albert Bruhn.
Good Saturday evening, everybody. You're looking at your Weather Authority live cam atop the CBS 19 studios. We're looking at temperature of 55 degrees. We have a northwest wind at about 4. As we work our way into Sunday, that northwest wind will shift to the southwest at about 5 to 10 during the day. So really a nice day headed our way. It will be a little cool in the morning, especially as the winds die down tonight and allow good radiational cooling. Temperatures will drop into the upper 30s across our area. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening across the nation, and you can see that our satellite radar composite here is showing most of the active weather across the northwestern part of the country. As you work your way down into Texas, high pressure is really in control across the southern plains. There is high pressure across northeastern New Mexico. That is giving us at the surface a northwest wind flow across North Texas. Aloft, we have westerly winds across the southern half of Texas and a northwesterly flow across the northern half, and you can see where the cloud boundary is there. So there are going to be some high clouds moving from central Texas into deep east Texas tonight, and that may help to keep up temperatures just a little bit around the Lufkin area, perhaps even Nacogdoches. But again, for most of us, we're going to see good cooling tonight, temperatures back in the upper 30s. Let's go ahead and take a look at some temperatures across the great state of Texas this evening. Temperature of 33 degrees now in Amarillo, 34 in Lubbock as you work your way down to Dallas, 50 degrees there, 41 in Waco, 62 degrees down in San Antonio, and 56 down in Brownsville. Now, temperatures across our part of North and East Texas. Notice temperatures generally in the 50s and the 40s. 49 degrees in Groveton, 47 in Lufkin. Work your way north, 43 already in Nacogdoches, and then as you go way north, 50 degrees. So temperatures a little sporadic across our area, but we expect it to be cool tonight, especially as we just before sunrise. 38 degrees the low tonight. We'll see a light northwest wind anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we're looking at lots of sunshine, and we're looking at a high temperature of 65. So take those sunglasses. That you're going to need those for the next couple of days. Southwest winds about 8. And then as you work your way into Sunday night, well, another cool night, clear, and temperatures in the upper 30s. All right, let's take a look at your day planner forecast, breaking that down into its parts. 39 and 65 is what we're looking at. 56 around noon, so still lots of sunshine. And as we take a look at our 7-day planner, well, temperatures not too bad for the first part of it. Then things begin to cool down just a little bit. Notice temperatures dropping back into the 50s, not bad. And then maybe better chances of rain by the end of the week, but all in all, looking pretty good.
It starts to feel more and more like shorts weather when it's even just 50s and 60s.
That's right.
It's been like
it does. It does. It feels good.
Thanks, Albert.
You bet.
Bill Cosby is in Denver tonight for 2 performances, but protesters there aren't letting the comedian off easy, calling attention to the growing sexual assault allegations against him. As Carter Evans reports, they're asking why the show must go on, and so are many in Hollywood.
We believe the women!
The scene keeps playing out over and over. Protesters outside, while Bill Cosby performs his stand-up routine inside. So far, more than 30 women have accused the 77-year-old comedian of drugging and raping them. The allegations go back decades. Andrew Wallenstein is the co-editor-in-chief at Variety.
When you look at the way Bill Cosby has just continued to perform, it suggests either that he's kind of tone deaf to what is going on here, or simply chosen to persevere in hopes that perhaps he could beat this by just hanging in there.
Cosby has not responded publicly to the accusations. None have been proven, and his attorney says they're not true. This week, 24-year-old model Chloe Goins was interviewed by police in Los Angeles. She claims Cosby sexually assaulted her at the Playboy Mansion in 2008. On Friday, the comedian's attorney said he can prove Cosby was in New York when the alleged assault occurred.
What if these allegations aren't true?
Well, that would be positively tragic for Bill Cosby. On the other hand, in the court of public opinion, it almost doesn't matter. It's as if there's been so much smoke, it's the same thing as fire.
And some of Cosby's Hollywood peers are fanning the flames. Director Judd Apatow has lashed out on Twitter. This week, he explained why on a podcast with comedian Mark Maron.
People who commit these acts should be in prison. I'm not comfortable with him running around the country doing stand-up like nothing's happening.
NBC recently canceled a new show it was planning with Cosby. On Friday, the network's entertainment chairman, Robert Greenblatt, said the controversy had reached a critical mass, and I'm glad we're out from under that.
It's hard to see how he's really going to be able to work in this town again.
For now, Cosby continues his stand-up show on the road, hoping the laughs are louder than the outcry. Carter Evans, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Now, Cosby says he has no plans to cancel his tour. In a recent statement, he thanked his fans and said he's, quote, far from finished. Well, Jeff's in a bit later with the latest sports news, but first, Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but another holiday you may not have heard of is also being celebrated that day. That story after the break.
There are a lot of choices on TV where we get the news we want to see. We choose CBS 19.
It's a badge of honor. You carry it through the office with pride. It's your coffee mug. It's been there with you through meetings and early mornings. Win your ultimate CBS 19 and Choice Home Care coffee mug just by entering on CBS 19's Facebook page. Winners will be announced during CBS 19 News This Morning with Clint, Dana, and Scott. Bring on the day, young man, and feel confident that your morning has started off right. Enter today, but handle with care. It's hot. Social media is changing the way news is delivered. Choose CBS 19 News on Facebook for up-to-date news and information sent directly to you. We deliver you the news that matters to you and your family. Choose CBS 19 News.
Happening now Monday is, of course, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and already East Texans are celebrating and honoring his legacy. This morning, a parade marched down Longview's MLK Drive, followed by a festival where kids got to learn more about the civil rights activist. Parade organizer Chandalyn Jenkins says the event focuses on loving and accepting one another.
Love can battle everything, regardless of race, color, creed, it doesn't matter. And so that's the common goal, to get everyone under one roof, united together, and just showing love to all and living the dream, bringing Dr. Martin Luther King's dream to reality.
Now, there will be another march there Monday. That one starts at the Broughton Recreation Center at 11:30 a.m. And a lesser-known state holiday is also being recognized that day. Monday marks the 84th annual Confederate Heroes Day in Texas. As our own Kevin Boyce shows us, the celebration honors soldiers who fought and died for the South in the Civil War.
The sounds of battlefield drums filled the Gregg County Courthouse lawn today. These men and women claim to be the sons and daughters of fallen Civil War veterans. John Ash has 3 ancestors who fought for the South, and he believes it is his duty to teach today's generation that they were heroes.
The children and the kids, they're our future, and to keep the story going of the old South and our heritage.
This festival included naming fallen Confederate soldiers.
And the 4 Baird brothers from
Upshur County, Texas.
Marching with Confederate flags and singing Confederate songs. Sam Mercer has been organizing this event for the last 20 years and says this celebration isn't about race or slavery, but about American soldiers.
I think of them on the line of, say, the most decorated soldier of World War I or the most decorated soldier of World War II. And so when I line those up with the same men who fought with the same morals and caliber that they did during the war between the states, it makes you proud.
Despite some of the negative connotations surrounding Confederate soldiers, Mercer believes Confederate soldiers fought for what they believed in at the time and for their livelihoods. He says he will always be proud of them for that.
It's the least we can do to come out and say, we remember, we will not forget.
More than 200 people showed up for the festival, each one under this Confederate memorial. John Ash says he hopes to see this festival continue for years to come.
Just to honor those men that suffered greatly. That's what we do here.
In Longview, Kevin Boyce, CBS 19 News.
Now, groups traveled from as far away as Arkansas and Louisiana to attend today's festival. Well, we have some breaking news in the newsroom tonight. Tyler police looking for two men who they say robbed a restaurant convenience store at gunpoint tonight. Happened just after 8 o'clock at Gonzalez Groceries on South Vine Avenue. Police say two men dressed in black forced two employees into a back room at gunpoint and took off with cash and merchandise. Thankfully, no one was hurt. If you know anything, call police. Jeff Schaffer joining me now tonight. What's going on?
Well, we're still technically in football season, and of course the Cowboys done. That ends football season for a lot of people around here. So we're going to talk a lot of basketball today. We've got college hoops, we've got some junior college action to get to here in East Texas, plus the Stephen F. Austin men's hoops team in action today as well. Nationally televised contest for the Jacks. We'll see how they fared when we come back.
From your local news leader, it's time for Big Board Sports with Jeff Schaffer.
Brad Underwood may be in only his second season as Stephen F. Austin's head men's basketball coach, but long winning streaks are nothing new for Underwood and his squad. SFA won 29 in a row last season, a run that ended with a loss to UCLA in the NCAA tournament. Now, this year's Lumberjacks, they've got a long way to go to duplicate that streak, but after losing 3 of their first 4 games this season, the Jacks won 12 straight, looking to make it 13 today, visiting Abilene Christian. Hang on to win this one. They edge the Capitals 5-4. Well, right now it's time for us to take a break. The Dallas Cowboys not alive anymore in the NFL postseason, but we've got 2 big games set for tomorrow. We'll look ahead to both the NFC and AFC championship games when we come back.
Get your news when you want it. Visit CBS19.tv for breaking news, top headlines, and up-to-the-minute information on all the day's stories. Stay connected with your community. Watch videos and find links to all of our social media sites. Stay ahead of the weather with accurate Weather Authority forecasts and our live interactive weather radar. You can even watch the news live. Your news is just a click away. CBS 19 News. Coverage you can count on.
Know the weather anytime with a wireless weather station courtesy of CBS 19 and Tyler Weathermakers. I'll be giving one of these wireless weather stations away every single Wednesday morning on CBS 19 this morning. All you have to do is register on our CBS 19 Facebook page. A winner will be chosen every Wednesday morning, so be sure to register on CBS 19's Facebook page for your chance to win a wireless weather station courtesy of CBS 19 and Tyler Weathermakers.
Hi, I'm Jillian Sheridan. For the past 5 years, we've been able to tell you about kids who are in the foster care system of East Texas and show you what a gift these children truly are. More than 200 of their stories have been featured on CBS 19 News. More than half have found a forever family. Join me each Tuesday night when I share another child's hopes and dreams on Children Are a Gift, right here on CBS 19 News.